this video is for the bottom screen, right? We place this back and it opens up. It should look like this, right? The Nintendo sign is at the bottom. So flip it back, place it on top of the upper screen, and then look at this LCD sandwich, similar to the upper screen that we looked at just now. It's always a polarizer sheet right at the top, the background sheet, the glass. Okay, it should be similar in color for the conductor strips. It's another bottom background sheet with the color. Flip it this way so you won't forget the sequence. And then the silver reflector. See, this one here has got this burn ring. It's an easy fix. Should cost you less than 20 bucks to get the reflector. Or rather, these are no longer being produced, so we need to get an alternative for it. Usually it comes in the form of a silver, bright silver piece of paper or foil with another layer of polarizer on top, right? You can't use this silver surface, it's just too bright. It has to be the correct texture and reflective property, right, like this. Now, to put this up, all I need to do is to follow the same sequence of that LCD sandwich that I described earlier on. This is one whole package, right? This is the top, this is the bottom, right? So when you place this back onto the casing, this is actually the top. So the top, flip it around, goes this way, this one here, then the glass. Be careful not to drop all these pieces. The glass with a brown strip. This one is at the bottom. Then you have this background sheet, flip it around in sequence, and then the silver reflector. Alright, once you place all this in, make sure that this thing is flushed in, right, and sitting in position. Okay, because if anything is stuck, the conductive properties, right, from the ribbon cable will not be sitting on top of the glass. So there should be a clear passageway here for this black and white strips. Right, see these strips here? They have to be placed okay, see this part here? Yeah. Actually, this orange piece, you can see the groove here, right? It's a very tiny, slender piece of rectangular shape, right? That goes down this way. There's actually a groove. See here, like this. goes down this way. It should flush just nice. And then you place the ribbon cable. One hole here, and the other one here. Right, this is almost done. To prevent this ribbon cable from popping up, just hang on to this casing here, lift it out a little bit, pull it out, okay? Put it this way, pull it out this way so that it hangs on until at least you place this computer board over it. So you can see this is the battery contact terminals. This side is always in line with these two battery compartments. Alright, the chip is here. Flip it around. Make sure you lift up the casing at the same time. Otherwise, these two wires for the speaker will disengage. And then you have to resolder the whole thing. That's why I tape it down. So tilt it up. Okay, until you get a grip. There you go. See the two holes and the two pins of the casing? It sits just nice. Now that you have that, just flip it around. If you're right-handed like me, still hanging on to the board, pick out the shorter screws. Right? The longer ones and the shorter ones. There are only two types. See the white circles there? There are a few screw holes, right? You can see one here, one here, one here. The one circled in white is for the internal screw, right? They are for the internal screws. So let's tighten this first. Not all the way, but just a little bit. There are 5 in total. After you've assembled and disassembled one of these a few times, you kind of get a hang of which screws are for what. It's a bit of a challenge in the beginning because you'll be fumbling all over, trying to determine which screws are for what, right? Okay, so that's done. Next thing is to just lift it up, put it back up this way. Make sure the wires are away from the screw holes, and then it sits flush. Right? Nice. Then put the screws back here on the outer casing. That should be a breeze. Okay. Last thing to do is to just check the LCD glass. Make sure that everything's fine. You know, you didn't flip the polarizer the wrong way, which will cause the whole screen to darken. So this one is the upper screen, looks fine. Bottom screen too. In fact, you can see through, right? You can see the burn marks on the silver reflector. So basically, this is how the assembly of the more complicated Nintendo Game & Watch multi screen is. With practice, you should do fine. Thank you for watching this video.